The hot water in the crates. In the crates here. Gas. Luckily, I found a guy that fits the old cans. Had a pretty good price too. $700 points. If you looked at points,
they said that. I was listening to the
somebody should have lately, yeah. Yeah. A new reed. I called it a product. They had one bunch of you guys beat by almost 11 hours. She's a lot better. Called this guy and gave me to me, there's no preparation. There's no doing it in the sack.
Oh, yeah.
It's what they're keeping now. No rap reason to the other one. This one's probably at least 20 years old. Nick a lot of that. It's a good job here. Like you could ask me, so I'm not complaining. I just it all said better. Or defense kind of. I mean, when I close with them, he didn't even graduate. He's gone. He's going to be a professional athlete. No one comes back to the world. Where's getting hurt? Probably top 10 picks. Easy.
Are you there? Good.
I just don't think I'm big. I don't think I'm big.
How's it?
Which I was saying that.
It's not the same one that we're used to. It's 2 minutes left. All right, I like being in this chair for about 2 minutes.
Don't get carried away. Your head just started to explode.
Let me tell you. So I said, give me the script. Give me the script. You can't, you know, you can't. You're waiting for these things.
How's everybody doing?
So we're going to go, we read the price.
Like, yeah. Thank you very much.
What's the width of the road?
He said that was our time. We can get started. Okay.
I know. Or we switch it quick. I don't like this.
Okay, cool.
It's not my own control. I said I need a script. Can't be waiting this process.
You don't even know what's happening.
We gotta
He's
run
such a
it
bad
back.
job.
Can't win this.
I just didn't believe.
You're right. Well, okay. We will call to order the organizational meeting for December 3rd. It's now 5 o'clock. And we will start with the opening prayer. Do we have Mark? Mark's ready?
We have Mark? We have Mark.
I didn't see that. Before we do that, there was a really cool thing I saw on Facebook. And it was about this guy, you might have seen, the guy woke up and his wife was all wrapped in gift. His kids came running in the room and they were wrapped in gift wrap. And everything he did that day, he got clean water, it was all wrapped in gift wrap. His dog was wrapped in gift wrap. Because it's the gifts that we have around us. And if we look at our city and all the gifts that we have here, look at the gifts that we have at police, fire, EMS, the things that we have that a lot of people maybe don't have as nice as gift, or maybe it's not as wrapped as well. The parks and just the people that we have here today, and all of the people that are involved in everything. So we are very blessed with that, which is very thankful. So Lord, thank you for bringing us here this evening and having us in with our good bodies, minds, spirits. Help us to do the best we can to keep the city going forward. We bless the whole city. We have you bless the whole city as we make it through this holiday season. And we ask that you look down upon us as we go into next year. In God's name we pray. Amen.
Amen.
Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, so the next item that we have on the agenda is going to be the election of the president of council. Oh, do a roll call first, okay. We'll do a roll call for attendance.
Surratt,
Here.
Folds,
Here.
Fontaine,
Here.
Keesley,
Here.
Peters,
Here.
Revolt,
Here.
and Mayor.
Here.
Seven present, Mr. Mayor.
Okay, thank you. All right, now we will move on to the election of the president of council. I am open to accept nominations for the president of council. I would get a motion in a second.
I'll make a motion to nominate Jeff Peters for president of council.
Second that.
Okay, we have a motion in a second. Do we need a roll call vote then? Motion to close nominations?
Motion to close nominations.
Okay, we have a motion to close nominations, and we have a second.
Motion to close nominations.
All right, and a second to close nominations.
Second.
A second, okay. We had 2 seconds, right?
Okay.
That's good, double.
Third.
Third call, okay.
Roll call
All
on
right, so roll call on the,
closing nominations.
a roll call to close nominations.
Folds,
Yes.
Fontaine,
Yes.
Keesley,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Revolt,
Yes.
Waring,
Yes.
and Surratt.
Yes.
Seven yes to close the nominations.
Okay, now we'll need a motion and a second to elect Jeff Peters as president of council.
Motion to elect Jeff Peters as president of council.
Second.
And we have a motion and a second, and then can we have a roll call vote?
Fontaine,
Yes.
Keesley,
Yes.
Peters,
Yes.
Revolt,
Yes.
Waring,
Yes.
Surratt,
Yes.
and Folds.
Yes.
Seven yes to nominate Jeff Peters as president of council.
All right, congratulations, Jeff.
Jeff.
Congratulations to me to move out of this one.
Yeah, lucky you. For the mayor.
Go sit back down in your spot there.
Yeah. Get back over there tomorrow.
All right, thank you. All right, we have a motion to nominate VP.
I motion to nominate Doug Foltz. as
Second.
VP.
Okay, and I'll go ahead. Are there any other motions?
Move nominations be closed.
Second.
And is motion and second to close nominations. Oh, we did it.
Yeah.
Yes.
Folds,
Yes.
Fontaine,
Yes.
and Keesler.
Yes.
7 yes to nominate Chuck Folds as vice president.
Continue. Thank you.
Motion to adjourn.
Okay, motion to adjourn the meetings.
I'll second.
Those in favor?
Aye.
Opposed? We're adjourned from the organizational. I'd like to call to order the special council meeting Monday, December 3rd, 2018, 5:07 p.m. Clerk, we do roll call.
Yes. Surratt,
Here.
Folds,
Here.
Fontaine,
Here.
Keesler,
Here.
Peters,
Here.
Revere, and Williams.
Yes.
7 present, Mr. President.
All right, thank you. At this time, if you wish to address council, please step forward, state your name and address for the record, please.
Larry Tripp, 1127 East Maple. Bear with me tonight, my water heater broke today. I haven't reread what I wrote out earlier, but I'm going to give it a whirl here. First, let me start my remarks by quoting statements made by President Lincoln and Kennedy. First, President Lincoln, and I quote, "America will never be destroyed from the outside. If we lose our freedom, it will because we have been destroyed. It's because we have destroyed ourselves from within." Then President Kennedy, and I quote, "So let us begin anew, remembering on both sides that civility is not a sign of weakness." End quote. Let those statements sink in for just a minute and see if you don't agree that the tone of each of their remarks to a degree hits home in North Canton, Ohio government activities. Often on a Tuesday after a council meeting, I review the videos of the previous night's meeting and try to comprehend what had transpired. After reviewing the meeting of last week, I came along with 3 thoughts. Everyone in this room is working towards the betterment of North Canton government. B, public speaks are welcome by city council and other government members. And Mr. Osborne's comment, "This has to stop." I don't have an exact figure, but I would guesstimate that perhaps as high as 95% of public speaks are in response to comments and or actions taken by government representatives, both elected and appointed. So tonight, let's try to begin a new chapter in building a new bridge towards a better North Canton citizen-government relationship. How do we do this? I believe the starting point is quite simple. Mr. Council, as Council President, you and only you can change a negative, indifferent culture that appeared to show signs of being in remission only to resurface. Why not start and revisit Ordinance 3313, passed 5/28/13, titled Meeting, Time, Place, and Recording Procedures? Why do I believe the integrity of this ordinance has been lost? Very simple. Look at the agenda as released for November 28, 2018, specifically item 15. Of the 10 Mondays shown, there are meetings for only 5. So now my perception last week of City Council is that they are operating on a 50% level of leadership and contribution towards a more efficient government for North Canton. I can't change my perception, but you can. May I suggest you get back to the basics and hold meetings on every Monday night. Back-to-back meetings on whichever night council sees fit is not working. The failure of operating at 100% level was very apparent with the defeat of the recent income tax levy. Next up, office decorum. Again, Mr. Peters, you as council president have the sole authority to preside over North Canton council meetings. Thus, you and only you, should a public speak exceed 5 minutes or a citizen speak out of turn from the floor, have the authority to remind them of their infraction. Obviously, this should not happen, but when and if it does, only you should take action to calm the storm. Out of order actions have come from those sitting to your left, to your right, as well as those facing you. Lastly, all laptops, phones, and a pretense of working during council meetings, especially at times of presentations or public speaks. I'm not going to dwell on this, but just look at last week's plus other council meetings and you will get the message. I won't call out names, but the video of council meetings do not lie. Mr. Peters, we are at a crossroad correcting some past troublesome decisions and/or actions. President Truman had a message on his desk while at the White House saying, "The buck stops here." In regards to council proceedings in North Canton, Ohio, I believe the buck stops with the North Canton City Council President. Thus, I, along with perhaps others, believe you should take immediate actions concerning my comments and concerns regarding a non-healthy climate within chamber walls. And if I could just take an extra second, I would just like to point out, Mr. Graham, there's an individual that I think has done just great while being employed for North Canton, Ohio. Every meeting I watch him on, he's paying attention. When called upon, he has direct, concise answers. And just the roads, all they got done this year, speaks of his department. Thanks.
Thank you.
Thank you,
We
Larry.
agree.
Yeah,
So,
Yes, sir.
Jeff? Oh, Chuck, you have a comment? No? Brad? All right. All right, we'll move on to new business then. Ordinance 71-18, I have a motion and a second to read. I'm sorry.
Motion to read, first reading ordinance 71-2018.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes carried by unanimous voice vote of 7. The ordinance authorizing the city of North Canton to enter into a capital improvement community park recreation conservation project pass-through agreement with the state of Ohio Department of Natural Resources to provide the city with a $750,000 grant for North Canton Parks upgrade, a project to develop recreation facilities at Maple Street Park, Glacier Park, and the Dogwood Park, all more fully described in Exhibit A to the agreement, both attached hereto and incorporate herein, and claim the same to be an emergency.
Thank you, Chairman.
We talked about this last week, and this is in relation to the grant monies that we have, and really just standard procedure that we receive grants from the state or different organizations, just kind of the way you have to handle it. It is on emergency. I know that they needed it done soon, and we were filling out paperwork, which is why we had this meeting though, so that we could give everybody, if there was anybody who wanted an opportunity to speak on this. We wanted to make sure that happened. Any other questions?
The deadline is Wednesday, right?
Yes.
It's not emergency.
Yeah, so I know a lot of paperwork's been done, and we're ready to go. We just wanted to.
Part of that deadline, just to follow on with that, is that there was a requirement for the ODNR to have our legislation enacted this week so that we can pass it on, so we can have it for their meeting to approve releasing this portion of the funds.
Okay, and Laura was here last week and explained, you know, that here it is.
It's a great, great for our cities.
Yeah. I was listening to a meeting today, what Jackson's doing with theirs, and they're going forward with it, and everything there, so we're right on that cusp as well, they're doing great things, so. Okay, if no other questions, I move to adopt.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes carried by unanimous voice vote of 7.
Thank you. Motion and a second to suspend rules of council.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes carried by unanimous voice vote of 7.
All right, finally, motion and a second to adopt under suspension.
So moved.
Second.
All in favor, please say aye.
Aye.
Those opposed? The ayes carried by unanimous voice
I know.